you're really not supposed to fight on the ropes, but sometimes I do feel comfortable doing that. I tried to shake his hand right there. I thought we were sparring for a second. I think I do that a couple of times in this fight. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Vergil Ortiz, and we're here on Saturday Fight Live. This fight will be me against Antonio Orozco in my hometown, Grand Prairie, Texas. It was for the WBA gold belt. I think this was just 3 months after the Herrera fight. So, I mean, I was pretty much still in the gym. I was still ready. I think when they told me who I was fighting, back to back, when I fought Mauricio Herrera and they gave me the call that I was fighting him, like, okay, this is gonna be a good fight. I'm fighting a name. And then they come back and tell me, all right, now you're gonna fight Antonio Orozco. That was pretty. How do you say, like, energy? It was motivating. It was energizing, and man, it was. It's pretty cool to see how far I'm getting, basically. Like who I'm fighting, like who am I gonna fight next? That's just always what's on my mind.
I want you to obey my commands at all times. Most importantly, protect yourselves at all times. Punches here and up are good. These trunks are a little high, so punches right here and up are good. Touch gloves if you want to. Let's go to work.
I had actually saw Orozco in the elevator going down to the lobby to the fights. It was kind of funny. We were both laughing, have a good time. He's a cool dude.
Be the right place and right time. Standing in his way, Antonio Orozco. Only one loss, and it came in a world title fight against one of the pound-for-pound best in the world in Jose Ramirez. Here we go.
All right, so here's the first round.
Ortiz Jr. in the blue and white. Orozco in the white and red. We're scheduled for 12 championship rounds.
You fill each other out in the first round to see how hard you hit, how kind of what's their game plan, what's their style like.
Bigger, but now that they're standing in the ring together, the weight difference and height difference doesn't appear to be that drastic.
After Orozco rehydrated, he got a little bit thicker, but you can still see that Ortiz is 3 inches taller. He's 10 years younger, and he brings that power behind
the thing that I like to do in the beginning rounds is throw the jab. And a lot of the jabs weren't landing on him. And as you can see, I landed a body shot right there. It didn't look like it, but I did. It kind of hurt him a little bit. And then I landed another one right here. So you can see him shake his head. It hurt him, and that's the main reason why I started throwing a lot. See, I had him hurt, but then I kind of backed off because I'm like, what? I don't think this is enough to stop him. I don't want to waste energy and going all that.
Ortiz Jr. could burn off a lot of that energy in these early rounds, going for a quick KO.
Yeah, but it's not reckless.
But I did tell everyone that it was gonna be a good fight. We weren't here to play around. We're both warriors. They can get the chance that they wanted.
Ortiz Jr. stopped Mauricio Herrera in his last fight.
Man, the electricity. I could feel the electricity in the arena from the audience, man. They were really pumped up for this fight. I think this was the first time I fought in my hometown. I had fought in that area before. I fought in the Cowboy Stadium for my second fight in the Canelo Smith undercard, but it wasn't my hometown. I fought in the theater. I fought in the venue where I graduated from, just to put in perspective. So, it was a really good homecoming. I felt very welcome, and I think everyone had fun in this fight. I'm also doing some good inside work.
Even though Ortiz Jr. is taller by 3 inches, their reach about the same.
So Orozco had a pretty off timing for me. I wasn't used to it.
Orozco
So he was throwing punches at weird times where I wasn't expecting him, but eventually I started figuring him out.
After withstanding that early flurry from Ortiz Jr., Orozco has settled in nicely here in the first round.
I think possibly another body shot landed right there.
Round 2. What did we learn in that first 3 minutes?
Well, this is going to be a great fight.
So here's round 2.
We are going to expect some fireworks. Orozco told us that he knows he's going to get hit, but he wants to get hit. Throw one punch, but land 2. But against a power puncher like Ortiz, that 1 will be enough.
Orozco said he didn't.
Orozco threw a lot of punches from all angles. You know, he threw a left hook on top, a right hook to the body. He threw a lot of uppers, a lot of right overs. You know, it was kind of hard to tell what punches he was going to throw. That's what you got to do.
But he is susceptible, but that's also why he's an exciting.
I thought he was going to come in, and I was going to land the right over, but you know, I'm not sure if it was a feint or not. But
every punch is with bad intentions, but he doesn't forget the technique. He's just a beautiful power boxer to watch.
Good head movement so far for Orozco. Ortiz Jr. has not faced much resistance over his first 13 fights. How will he handle someone who's giving it as good as he's getting it?
Orozco's never going to go anywhere. He's going to keep pressure.
this round, I kind of backed off a little bit. Not so much backed off, but I was trying to preserve my energy because I pretty much knew it wasn't going to end early, especially since I hadn't exactly figured him out yet. You know, I knew that he opens up when he throws, but other than that, you know, I was trying to catch him to the body a lot, especially since after I hurt him in the first round. But you know, for some reason, I couldn't find an opening, at least a good opening.
Counter right from Orozco.
I think I landed a straight jab to the body right there.
This crowd waiting to explode.
You know, you're really not supposed to fight on the ropes, but sometimes I do feel comfortable doing that. I tried to shake his hand right there. I thought we were sparring for a second. I think I do that a couple of times in this fight.
Hell of a job, son. Listen, on the inside, give me the right uppercut. Sit down, mijo. Sit down and shoot me the right uppercut. Keep your head off of the line. If that fool wants to stay on the ropes, keep him there and bust him up. You can slow down the pace, you understand? But hard shots. Don't let him believe that shit, right?
I never heard that before. I don't really watch this fight a whole lot because, you know, it's long. It's a long fight.
Here we're going to see Orozco pressing the action, but Vergil Ortiz fighting nicely against the ropes. Power boxing off the ropes. And in a later sequence here, we see a little bit of the same thing, but relentless Orozco going upstairs, not forgetting about the body. Just power boxing.
I tried to push him up. My gloves kind of slid off him a little bit. Kind of the downside of fighting a shorter fighter, especially when they're kind of planted on the ground.
You know, this is already the hardest Ortiz has had to work in his young career. Orozco making him work, if nothing else, so far.
So I think I kind of had the same game plan from the second round. You know, just kind of keep him out. I'm still trying to study him a little bit.
left hand there connects for Ortiz.
Just wicked punching by Ortiz right there, but Orozco doing a good job by not getting hit by those laser-sharp combinations of Ortiz.
How does Orozco look so far to you, Sergio?
He looks good.
I'm not sure if that right over landed or not. It might have, it might not, but I mean, it definitely wasn't like too solid, but it just narrowly missed if I missed it. I'm not sure if that body shot hurt him or not. It didn't look like it did, but it looked clean.
I was just about to say that.
Body shots are weird because, you know, you can hit someone pretty hard and it won't hurt them, but if they're not expecting it for you to land it or throw it and you land it, it hurts. And it definitely also depends on where you hit him, like in the stomach or on the side.
Beautiful power boxing here by Ortiz.
You're right, Sergio. Every punch Ortiz Jr. throws looks like it's a knockout.
Here I'm fighting on the ropes again. It's the same ropes I always get on by my corner in this fight. I don't know why I kept going back to it. Maybe so I could hear my corner better. I'm not sure. I don't really remember these middle rounds.
If he wants to stay in the ropes, keep him there. Keep banging away.
Apparently no one telling Orozco what the game plan was supposed to be according to the storybook. Ortiz Jr. was supposed to come in here, maul him, and knock him out and send this crowd into a frenzy.
Yeah, this is Ortiz's homecoming, but Orozco is holding his own.
Under 20 seconds to go here in round 3. An entertaining fight thus far. Orozco has not been deterred.
I tried to do the same move I did with Mauricio Herrera. It was the exact same move, except that Orozco didn't really react to it right for the first jab, so that's why that didn't work. I probably should have set it up a little earlier instead of just going right off the bat to it.
We have Coach Good. You know the family.
Oh, here's my Coach Good. He's my cross-country coach from high school.
What can you tell us about their ability to just dig deep and just be gritty, in not only in the ring but in life?
Oh, well, in life, Vergil Jr. is a champ in life no matter what. I coached his dad probably 20 years ago.
Yeah, that's right. He coached my dad in school too.
But I guarantee you, he's kind of in for a battle right here. He's never seen this kind of, you know, going this long, but I guarantee you, Vergil's got the heart of a champion. And
what does this mean to you?
I think he was a little nervous. He probably wasn't expecting to get interviewed.
I went to Madison Square Garden, and it's meant a lot. I've known the family for 20-something years. It's been great.
Well, it's good to have you. Thank you very much. Back to you, Todd.
My Coach Good's a good guy.
Round 4, we're scheduled for 12. Ortiz comes out like a house of fire.
This is 4, or I think it was funny because both of us, you know, we came right off the bat and started fighting each other. Wasted no time.
We know how tough Orozco is. He showed us against Jose Ramirez, getting off the canvas
So
twice.
I think the first round I won. The second round I would give it to Orozco. The third one was a little hard to judge because, you know, he was pushing me back and he was landing some punches, but I was also fighting back. I think I landed better punches in the third round. Not being biased, but I think I won the third round.
At the end of his punch, but Orozco's keeping it nicely, especially when he gets Ortiz against the ropes. It's a give and take. I'll have to edge out Ortiz Jr. right now.
Orozco fighting as a welterweight for the first time in his career, moving up from lightweight. He said he likes the extra pounds. Didn't have to stress so much about making weight.
Same side of the rope. Yeah, I did
September 2017, he was 7 pounds over in a fight that was canceled. And in December 2016, he passed out because of a weight drain.
No, he outgrew that weight division.
I remember that.
It's really impressive as a smaller man coming up in weight. He's been,
you know what? I made my pro debut under Antonio Orozco's main event. I think it was July 30th of 2016. You know, I didn't know this until think a little after the press conference for this fight. I was like, wow, I didn't know that. I think it's pretty cool. Shows how far I've come.
We already know Ortiz Jr. has
I'm just trying to keep my distance.
Sergio, but we're going to find out exactly how good his
Keep the
ring
jab
IQ
popping.
is, it seems like tonight.
So far, he's passing the test. He's not. I mean, he's getting against the ropes a little bit too much, but still, he goes back and goes in the middle of the ring. He's fighting behind the jab, keeping his distance.
That should have been what's happening right now. Should have been what happened in the first round. You just keep him out, popping him with the jab, making him miss. I think I'm starting to figure him out already.
Orozco's trainer wanting him to throw an uppercut when he gets Ortiz Jr. in that position.
Yeah, this is what I should have been doing the whole time. Oh, and then he catches me with a right overhand. Can be pretty good. I think my chin was down. That's when he caught me with the punch to my forehead. If it was up, he probably would have caught me on the chin. I could have been in some trouble. I was a little too far, man. I just threw it.
Here we're going to have to see the replay, the power punching by Orozco coming forward, backing up the bigger man in Ortiz Jr. Landed a glancing overhand right there. Excellent power punching by both these fighters.
That was a good punch.
The energy in this
I remember it hitting.
changed.
I don't remember feeling it.
Maybe a bit of nervousness. They've never
Like,
seen
you know, it's
Vergil
everything's
tested
happening
like
so
this
fast.
before.
I think all boxers can agree that when you're in the ring, sometimes you just don't feel the punches. I've never gotten a cut, but I've heard from a lot of people when you get cut that you just don't feel it. You just see or feel the blood pouring down.
Face marked up a little bit, Sergio.
That's weird. You don't feel the cut, but you feel the blood.
From what you've seen so far, who's the better counter puncher?
Both of them have been doing a really good job counter punching. I would say Orozco, being the smaller, shorter fighter, has probably impressed me a little bit more because he's punching up and he's gotten the bigger man against the ropes. So you got to be impressed with Orozco there, moving up in weight, being able to back up the bigger man.
13 more power punches connected.
I'm just keeping my distance right here.
Good leaping left there for Orozco. To the body now, and again.
Exchange overhand rights right there. That's very dangerous, especially for the taller fighter, Ortiz.
Well, Orozco may be saying, listen, we don't know what kind of chin Ortiz Jr. has. No one's tested him. So if I can land my overhand right, who's to say I don't put him down?
Blood trickling out of Ortiz Jr.'s nose.
It's a little slow round.
First time we've seen him bloody.
We got a minute left. Not too much has happened. Just keeping my distance, moving my head.
10-round decision over Mexico's Jose Luis Rodriguez. So it was a good fight to get the cobwebs out. But he's primed and ready for Ortiz Jr. tonight.
Body punching has been exceptional on both these fighters. They put everything behind those body shots, but with the right technique.
Good round here for Orozco.
I'm really impressed with Orozco, his technique. Every time he lets his hands go, he's blocking his punches. So
I think I was slipping right there.
The right is up there. Very impressive.
Sometimes when water gets on the canvas, like, you know, where the words are at, then it tends to get a little slippery. See, I tried to shake his hand again. I kept thinking we're sparring. You know, so it's a good thing I said that. I wasn't I wasn't in the right mentality right there. I honestly did think that I was sparring. I wasn't fighting yet. So from the fifth to the sixth round, you know, I had a little. Even though my trainers were talking to me, also had a little internal talk with myself, like, you know, something's got to change. You know, I'm going too slow. I'm not reacting to everything like I should. I'm not throwing a lot. So something needs to change this round. I need to start fighting now. So what I should have done from the beginning is what I do in this round.
Remember, he knows it's coming, so push his hand up. So switch it to the straight right body instead. Jab, jab, straight right body. Go.
On the left of your screen, Vergil Ortiz Jr.'s grandmother.
That's my grandma on the left.
And now the sixth round.
So you'll start seeing what I mean. I start staying in the pocket. I'm not letting him back me up anymore. And I start putting the pressure on him. He's trying to push me back. I'm trying my best not to let him. I'm not sure what happened there. I'm trying to go with my combinations with power now.
He's throwing a lot more already.
He's throwing a lot more and landing a lot more. Both of them trying to land. Ortiz landing the better of it.
So I mean, maybe it was the right timing that I waited this long, but this is usually like when I'm gonna fight. When I know I gotta start fighting. I'm not sure what happened there. So I set up the upper right there. I landed it and he went down.
Body language was changing in the combinations there by Orozco.
I threw it pretty hard too, man.
He says he's ready.
I mean, he took it really well.
Catches him with another left. A right hand across the jaw. He's letting his fist fly. And down for a second time is Orozco.
And little flurry puts him down for the second time right off the bat.
6, 7, 8, 9.
He gets up right before the count of 10. Still a long time to go. A minute 30 here in round 6. Ortiz Jr. trying to pick up the defining win of his career.
Orozco is honestly one of the toughest guys that I know, period, in the ring and outside. I was throwing everything I had into these punches and he was not going down. I think if it would have been anyone else, you know, like, see right there, I thought he went down. And I kind of lost my momentum right there because, you know, I started slowing down right here. Like, damn. But I did get a little tired throwing all those punches. All those punches were pretty much 110%. Right here, I saw him wobble a little bit, so I keep going. And that was the end of the fight. But there was no coach good.
The man they call relentless was forced to relent tonight.
He had never been stopped in 28 pro fights. But Ortiz Jr., as he's done to every finished another.
And I was really happy, honestly, from that late, from all those punches. I was tired, so I went straight to the corner and it was like, man, I got to get a breather. I couldn't even celebrate, you know. But you know, that's what I had to do. My favorite thing to do watching my fights is like to see who's in the background. You know, I see like a lot of my friends right now. And there was Bam. I see Bam in his glasses drinking water.
Vicious attack. Credit to Antonio Orozco, who came to fight, was in there every round. But ultimately, the size difference, the power difference.
But yeah, man. So I think all those punches, I didn't land too much, like a lot of heavy punches like I did in that last round. But man, after the fight, I'm telling you, my hands were shaking. I couldn't shake anyone's hand. It was so hard for me to write. But man, this was a hell of a fight.
We're going to see the replay for the first knockdown. A chopping right hand behind the ear caught Orozco's attention, but here you see Ortiz Jr. letting the punches fly. Orozco punching in between the shots, which he should do.
This was after the first knockdown right here.
The second knockdown coming up right here. Orozco
So yeah,
punching in
I
between
mean,
the
honestly,
shots.
there was no specific punch I was
Ortiz
trying to land.
onslaught a
I
little
knew
bit
that
too
he was
much for
hurt.
Orozco.
I was just trying
That was the
to make
second
sure he
knockdown.
doesn't
Here was
recover.
the
You know,
final
that's
one.
the main goal.
A barrage of punches.
And right
The
there,
referee was forced to step in.
you know,
to stop
I mean,
the
he was
action.
already hurt. He did have
And keep in mind,
a little break
this came after
because you know I did get tired. I was leaning on him, but it was
fight.
only like for 5 seconds.
Same
So
knockdown
I
from
just
a
let
different
loose a
angle.
little combo.
Just
He did
everything
graze me
was
with a little
Vergil
left hook
Ortiz
right there,
Jr.
but you know the momentum was on my side. He was going back. I was going
And
forward.
there's his old coach. Hey now. His family has coached some of his high school teachers. Were in attendance
Those
tonight.
3
His high
people,
school
Coach Good,
buddies.
the girl with the
Imagine
curly
what
hair,
this
Miss
means
Patton,
to them
and
and
the
to
woman
this
that was
city.
right beside her, they were all my
Coach,
teachers in
the
high school.
fans,
You know, it was
what
really
a
cool having them
homecoming for that
there.
man right there.
Let's send it into the ring, and Jeremiah Gallegos who makes it official.
And like I said, Orozco's a really cool dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes to you at 2 minutes 16 seconds in round number 6 as our championship referee Mark Alloy comes in and puts a halt to this contest.
You know, even after
Ladies and gentlemen, for your
the
winner
decision was
by
over, and you know he didn't have to stay in the ring. He didn't have to take pictures with us. You know, a lot of respect towards him. He's a good guy inside and outside the ring.
Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, the phenomenal Vergil
A lot of respect towards him. He was my whole family right there. Yes, I think after this fight, I was 14-0, 14 knockout. And you know what, that referee, you know, he used to referee when ref my fights in the amateurs. I remember him a lot from the amateurs.
Demolished him. That was an A+ performance by a knockout artist and a future star.
Well, his trainer Robert Garcia said, "Listen, a few fights."
But anyways, yeah, this is Vergil Ortiz. I hope you enjoyed this little Saturday Fight Live, and stay tuned for the next one.
I concur.